Are you planning to jet off for a vacation? You might have to shell out more from your pocket. Or are you set for a business trip? The duration of your stay might get shorter. Why, you ask? As most of us are too restless to stay put at home after a prolonged restriction on our movements during the pandemic? Here's why. SpiceJet boss Ajay Singh on Thursday warned of an increase in airfares as jet fuel prices have shot up by almost 16%. Prices of aviation turbine fuel, or ATF in short, have been hiked to 141,232.87 rupees per kiloliter in Delhi. Why are we telling you this specific number? Because it is an all-time high. On top of this, a weakening rupee has doubled the challenge for airlines because key cost items like fuel, maintenance, lease rentals, and overhaul costs are billed in US dollars. ATF prices account for 40% of an airline's cost, and these have increased by close to 55% since 1st January. Ajay Singh has said that domestic airlines have been left with little choice but to raise fares immediately, and that a minimum 10 to 15% increase is required. But there is obviously a catch. Airlines are concerned that any increase in fares could lead to a decline in passenger numbers. With two previous rounds of fare hikes, there has already been a decline in passenger numbers from 407,975 flyers on 17th April to 339,175 on 14th June. And airfares are already high because of the government-mandated fare floors, which regulate prices beyond 15 days. The impact is being felt. Indigo, the market leader, posted a loss of 1,681 crore rupees in Q4 FY22 as it took a severe hit due to the rise in jet fuel prices and higher exchange rate. The fates of the airline, travel and tourism, and hospitality industries are intertwined. So, how will the upcoming fare hike affect them? Gaurav Patwari, Vice President Air at ClearTrip, told Business Standard that the impact had not been adverse for the past 2 months due to the high demand on account of the summer holiday season. But Patwari added that the impact was more prominent now as bookings were slowing down. He projects that high fares will lead to subdued demand for July, August, and September, which is seasonally a weak quarter too. Patwari also believes that in the current high fares scenario, it will be very difficult for airlines to stimulate demand. ClearTrip estimates that domestic airfares have on an average risen by 30 to 40% in the past 2 to 3 months.
The demand is currently far exceeding supply, and because of which the prices are going up. Now, prices will go up further is the indication that we have, and it's going to impact demand definitely. And we are already seeing that because our anticipation of demand was far greater, right? When we were doing our numbers, when we were talking to our clients, and we deal with both the domestic leisure travel, business travel, MICE, that's meetings and conferences, and everywhere we had anticipated a far greater demand, but definitely there is a shrinkage. And with the prices going up further, we believe that there's going to be an impact in overall travel. In terms of travel, there will definitely be a 20-25% dip. Now, what's going to happen is because the airfare has gone up and most of our travel, at least the segment that we deal with, most of that is the flying passengers. There will be a shrink in the stays because, and that's happening across the board. I mean, business traveler will find it cheaper to fly back and forth and not spend on a hotel room night because they're spending so much on airfare, right? So it will impact demand, and similarly leisure travel, we see a significant dip. Now, our anticipation was that the domestic travel is going to be replaced by international travel. But international travel is, one is an airfare issue, and second is a visa issue. I mean, people are not getting appointments for visa. The wait time for a visa is significant.
Inflation is really eating into whatever bit of recovery that is happening. And now with this news of the airline tickets also going up is also going to be quite a tough measure which to deal with. Look, there are many destinations across the country which are driven by domestic travel and of course by international travel also. But we believe this any increase is going to be more affecting the domestic travel, and this will of course may mean lesser travel. It also may mean falling down of revenues for the hotels. So it is a worrying situation. It is now difficult to absorb these inflationary prices. So there is going to be a price hike in our industry too, across F&B segment, across the room segment also. But now even if traveling is also going to become expensive, then I think it is something to worry about. The increase and the escalation could be about 15 to 20%, given the fact that the fuel is a price which really governs a lot of our input costs in terms of, because every input cost goes up because of the fuel price increase.
Meanwhile, luxury bespoke travel is back in a big way, and companies catering to the niche segment are witnessing demand that is higher than pre-COVID levels. The demand centers around exotic locations like the Arctic and Antarctica, as well as foreign cruises and domestic road trips to Lahore and Spiti Valley and Ladakh. Another interesting format is road trips in foreign countries like Turkey, or drives that cover routes in Jordan, Morocco, Oman and Kyrgyzstan. The well-heeled customers in these cases might not be swayed by price movements. Apparently, it will be a tough time for the budget traveler. But a hike in airfares alone may not have an adverse effect on the tourism and hospitality sector. However, it is worth asking, could that change if such hikes coincide with an increase in prices across the hospitality sector too?
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
सब अच्छी दिख रही हैं यार, कौन सी खरीदूं?
ये तो वही बात हुई, 4000 शेयर्स लिस्टेड है, कौन सा लूं?
वो तो सबसे आसान है।
तुझे 5 पैसा नहीं पता?
अब तो सबको पता है। 5 पैसा पर है 4000 स्टॉक्स की रिसर्च, टेक्निकल टूल्स और इन्वेस्टमेंट आइडियाज। डाउनलोड 5 पैसा नाउ।
अब तो सबको पता है, investing made easy and rewarding with 5 paisa. Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.